Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. Now then, today's video we're going to be looking at this. It's the Imax B6 battery charger. This has very kindly been supplied by Banggood to the channel, so big thumbs up to them. There will of course be a link in the description as well as a promo code probably for this item. Anyway, a little while ago a subscriber approached me with advice on charging batteries and battery chargers, and I'm embarrassed to say that until this point I don't own a proper LiPo lithium-ion battery charger. I literally use the little battery chargers that are supplied with the RCs, which are okay, they do the job, but in the near future I want to start possibly doing some speed runs, so I might want a 3S, 4S battery, and to be honest, I don't think safely these things are going to cut it. I want to be able to maintain them properly, I want to be able to charge them properly, so I've got myself a battery charger. So what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to unpack this and then we're going to do a few tests with it. I thought we'd try and see if we can charge two very similar batteries, one using this and one using an old sort of generic charger you get with the RC. See what charging times are like. Perhaps see if you get any extra runtime with the RC by using a dedicated battery charger. Anyway, enough of the waffle, let's unpack our Imax B6 and see what we get. Okay then, in the box we get a set of power leads. These have got a Dean's connector on them, which is probably the one we'll be using the most of. We've got another set of ones with crocodile clips on, not sure what that plug does, but I'm sure it'll become apparent soon. A range of different connectors all with Dean's connectors on, to be honest, female ones. What else have we got? Obviously got a UK power plug, because we're in the UK. We have our AC/DC adapter for the unit itself. We have the unit itself. Let's get it out of the cover. Little blue thing, there we go. And also, importantly, we have our instructions. Now what I'm going to do is have a peruse through these instructions and see what features our Imax B6 offers. Well, I've had a quick scan through the instructions just to check out the features of this thing. Obviously there are multiple battery chemistries it will deal with, like lithium-ion, LiPo, it does NiCad, nickel metal hydride, even lead acid batteries. And there's lots of different parameters that you can alter, and there's lots of different ways you can charge stroke discharge batteries using this thing. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm not going to alter the set parameters that are actually in the unit itself. Like I say, it comes with basically all the parameters, like for the rate of the amperage at which you charge batteries and the voltage which you charge them to or want to discharge them to. You could change all of that, but for this demonstration we're going to keep the preset parameters that are actually in the unit itself. Okay then, let's get into it. Now on the unit itself, as far as I can tell, there are 5 main options. There is charge, balance charge, we've got a fast charge function, we've got a storage charge function, which obviously will take the battery down to a certain voltage for storage, and we've got a discharge function, which I believe allows us to, along with the balance charge, allows us to condition batteries. So those are our 5 main options. Now what I've gone ahead and done is, beforehand I've used the discharge function to discharge, I think there's 4 of these batteries. I've got basically 4 little 1600 milliamp hour LiPos. I've discharged them each to 6 volts, which is one of the preset parameters on the actual charger itself. Now what we're going to do is charge each one of these 4 batteries up using the different charge functions on the balance charger itself. So we're going to charge one with the ordinary charge function, one with the balance charge, and we're going to do one with the fast charge. And just for comparison, we're going to use one of the original sort of little battery chargers that actually come with the RC. So what I'm interested in finding out is basically how long it takes for each of these different charge options to charge the batteries, including the original, and whether or not these different charge functions basically give us any more runtime. Like I say, hopefully these batteries are pretty much all the same. I've discharged them all to 6 volts, So they should be at basically the same level. So when we charge them, if there is any differences, we're going to be using the same RC. If there are any differences, it might show up in the runtime. So when we do perhaps a balance charge, that actually might give us a little bit more capacity, and hopefully it might just show up when we actually time how long it takes to discharge in the RC car. Right then, to charge a battery on the B6, it couldn't be simpler basically. I'll just take you over here a minute. You just literally plug it in using the Dean's connector. Now when we do a balance charge, we'll have to use the balance plug as well, but for the purposes of just doing a normal charge, we'd literally just have to plug it in. All you have to do is set the amps you want the battery to be charged at. We're going to pick 1, which is the standard. You then go ahead and choose the voltage of the battery. In our case, this is 2S, but you can charge anything up from 1S to 6S. And basically, say start. It'll check the battery, and then you'll press, once it says it's okay, you'll press start again, and off you go. Now all the other batteries charging on the B6, I've just plugged in one of the discharged batteries into our generic little charger here, just to basically compare time, and I am timing it on the stopwatch there. Now while we're waiting for our battery to charge up, we can have a quick look at the information on the display. This bit here basically is telling us we're charging a 2S lithium battery. We're charging it at 1 amp, and that is the current voltage of the battery, 7.98, 7.99. This in the book is described as capacity, which I'm going to presume is milliamp hours. So it's saying about 917 milliamp hours have been put into this battery so far. And here we have the current time it's taken to charge the battery up to this point. Also, there are several safety features on this, and we can have a quick look at the parameters where we click the status button. If we go through, end voltage for this battery is 8.4 volts. We've got a capacity cutoff of 50,000 milliamp hours. So if it goes over that, basically it shuts off. We've got a safety time, which is on 240 minutes. Again, if it goes over 240 minutes of charge time, it switches itself off. What else have we got? Now we've got a temp cutoff here, and that is enabled, but it basically doesn't work because there's an optional temperature probe which you have to buy. It doesn't actually come with the unit, you have to buy it separate, but it would, if you put the temp probe in, it would cut. If it went over a certain temperature, it would again cut off. What else have we got? External temp, again that won't work without the temp switch. I'm not sure, 100% sure in power voltage, but I think that's the voltage being supplied to the unit, I think. Now there is another feature, but this won't work in just ordinary charging mode, and that's the voltage of each cell, but we'll get into that when we have a look at the balanced charging mode. Right then, that's our first battery charge from 6 volts to full. It took approximately 85 minutes, so let's try it now on a fast charge. Right then, it's basically the same MO as last time. We can use the status buttons to flick through to fast charge, start. It gives us the option if we want to change the ampage. We don't, so we're just going to long press start. It says battery check. Everything seems okay. Press start again, and we're off. So that's our little USB battery charger finished charging the battery. I know it's finished because the light has been extinguished on the unit, and it has taken 1 hour 35 minutes, or basically 95 minutes to charge the battery. Right then, that's the fast charge complete, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It only took 45 minutes. Now I believe there might be a slight trade-off between charge time and capacity, but I suppose we'll find out. And last but not least, we're going to perform a balance charge on our last battery here. Not only do we have to plug the power lead in, but we also have to plug the balance lead into the charger as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and start that. Battery check. Press start again, and we're off. Now the interesting thing about doing a balance charge is, I think if we click this button, there we go, we can actually see the voltages of the two cells. Obviously it's 2S, and the unit displays the voltages of the two cells as they're charging. Right then, we're outside with the 4 batteries. We're going to check the discharge time for each. I've got the HBX 901A here, and just for the hell of it, I've got the speedo on the back as well, just to see if there's any difference in top speed. So the genuine charger, or the USB charger, is first up, so let's go for it. Well, that's that test cut short. I think the rear diff's just blown in this HBX. I've only got front wheel drive. It did do 33.4 mile an hour anyway on the standard charger, the USB charger. So anyway, I'll see if I can get it fixed, and then we'll drag it back out. Right, it turns out it's not the differential at all. In fact, it's my fault. Doing a bit of a speed run, came to the end of the road, just clipped a wooden post. I was going quite quick, just clipped a wooden post. And like I say, I didn't realise at the time, I thought everything was okay with it, but I must have just bent one of these drive cups on the rear. It's also actually bent the drive shaft as well. I've tried to straighten it out as much as I can. But like I say, I didn't realise it at the time, but it must have just slackened the wheel off enough that the hex pin actually fell out. And that's why I lost drive to the rear wheels. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got a spare set of these drive cups. I'm going to have to order some. I don't think it helps Loctiting the nuts on either, because I couldn't actually get them off. And I think that's what actually helped snap the end of the drive cup off. Anyway, plan B, I've charged the other battery up again. I'm going to go out again and try it with a different car. Well, that was short and sweet. You could not make this stuff up. Grabbed the X04 here because I've got to do some top speed runs for a future video, spoiler alert. Grabbed the batteries for the comparison, took it out, did the speed runs with the X04. I think the diff's exploded, so I've had to come back to get another RC. It's definitely not my fault this time. So anyway, third time's a charm. We're going to take the 610 out, see if that survives. Right then, back again with the FC610. Third time's a charm, hopefully. Speedo's on, batteries are all here. Let's try it. Right then, I don't know if you can see there, but the USB charged battery conked out at just over 8 minutes. Let's stick the fast charged battery in it now and see what happens. Interestingly, the fast charge battery gave us 32.8 mile an hour, and it lasted 8 minutes and 34 seconds. Let's try the ordinarily charged battery then. Right, the battery on the ordinary charge program, same top speed, 32.8, and it lasted 9 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's try the balanced charged battery now. Right, last but not least, our balanced charge battery, 33.1 mile an hour top speed, and believe it or not, 10 minutes and 16 seconds run time. So there we have it. Right then, back inside, and they say trouble always comes in threes. Luckily enough though, I managed to get all 4 batteries tested before this happened. I thought I'll have a bit of fun, stuck another battery in it, 20 seconds later, no drive. So I've traced it back to a pinion. The pinion's come loose on the motor shaft. Mind you, this pinion gear is pretty chewed up. I didn't think this brass pinion would last very long, and it hasn't, to be honest. So anyway, there we go. 3 for 3. So what did we think of the Imax B6 here? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll quickly go through the battery test results. So the USB charged battery, that lasted 8 minutes and 3 seconds and gave us 31 mile an hour. The fast charge battery that was charged on here, that lasted 8 minutes and 34 seconds with a top speed of 32 miles an hour. Now, I know on a fast charge, normally what happens is you exchange speed of charge for some capacity, so I was expecting there to be less runtime. The standard charge program on this gave us 9 minutes and 4 seconds and 32 miles an hour, and the balanced charge gave us 10 minutes and 16 seconds run time and 33 miles an hour. Now, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting really there to be any difference, because you'd expect a battery to be charged. You know, when a battery is charged, it's charged, isn't it? But obviously using a half decent battery charger does actually increase the performance of your batteries. Now, I'm embarrassed to say, like I said to you at the beginning of the video, that this is the first proper battery charger I've ever owned. and to be honest, I found it dead easy to use. There's a nice wide range of different battery chemistry applications that you can charge with this thing. There's loads of different charging types. I mean, like I say, fast charge, normal charge, balanced charge, whatever. And it would appear, I mean, I know it's not a very big sample size, and there might be slight differences between the batteries, although they should all be the same capacity. But it does indicate to me that having a decent battery charge, a proper battery charger, it does make a world of difference, really. So would I recommend the Imax B6 battery charger to you? And the answer is absolutely yes. I mean, not only does it do a really good job of charging your batteries, it's also far superior to using these little things. As ever, a big thank you to Banggood for supplying this unit for review. I think these are on their store at the moment for £17.77p or something, which is about $24. I think there's a couple of quid postage and packaging, but for £17.77p, I think these are an absolutely essential purchase if you're charging any sort of RC battery. I am 100% converted with this thing, because it does actually make a big difference to battery performance. I will of course leave a link in the description to where you can get it, and I'll try and find a promo code, so if you want a little bit of money off, hopefully you can grab a bit of discount with it. As you can probably tell, I've got an absolutely stinking cold at the moment, so thank you for putting up with that. If you've enjoyed this video and you found it of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button for more similar future content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you again soon.